I hit live. We're just gonna give the YouTubes a minute, sorry, to catch up.
Cool. Sorry for the terrible video on our side.
No, it's better than mine, probably.
It just doesn't have that fantastic background that you had previously.
I know.
That was a pretty background.
Right?
We were stoked on it, man. We're stoked.
There we go. We are live.
Little thing that said live, just in case people don't know they were watching it live.
It was great.
That's it. We are actually live though now, so people are seeing you.
I'll try to stay G-rated and such.
We don't care as long as you wait a minute.
Yeah, we're not
past, then
Thank
YouTube
God.
doesn't care.
Okay, cool. You let me know when I can talk. I'm gonna stay silent until.
You just don't know what's gonna come out, so you're like, I'll just
sometimes,
say nothing.
yeah, you know.
Well,
what's up, everybody?
Welcome to the show, everyone, and welcome our NewBeeDrone gents. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves because I don't think everyone knows who you are yet.
This guy right here is Chris DZ Davis.
Hello, this gentleman to my left is the Doc Night Flyer.
Night Flyer.
Sorry, that was my agent side coming out. It's like Night Flyer.
I like it. That was awesome.
David Knight from NewBeeDrone. If you guys don't know, now you know.
Awesome. Well, yeah, at least you're branded out today, so it's kind of obvious in some ways.
Yeah, for him.
Yeah,
this is like the one time I'm not just super swagged out today.
Yeah.
You got the hat, and you're right above the name tag thing, so you're good.
Yeah, that's basic. It's not even a name tag. It's just on my shirt.
There we go.
That's
Jake, I'll let you start since these were some guys that you were able to bring in for us. I don't know if you've got any questions you already had lined up.
Well, realistically, I mean, the first part, can you guys give us a history on where you guys came from and how you got into NewBeeDrone and all that stuff?
Go ahead, tell him. You're the historian, bro.
I mean, it's for me personally. Before I came to NewBeeDrone, I was doing my own little thing called DZ Drones, just making little binding flies and selling them out of my boat. I was like doing the CNC cutting machine on the boat and 3D printing and designing and all this stuff on the boat. And then I figured out I couldn't do that by myself. So I ended up joining NewBeeDrone, and that was 2.5, 3 years ago. So I've been on a squad since then. So
Dope.
Been around for a little while, yeah.
Yeah, I think I met you back when I was in San Diego 2 years ago.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I've bumped into so many people I don't even remember when I meet them. Just like, hey.
Right. No, I get
you. Yeah.
When you say on a boat, like, did you have like a houseboat or like?
Yeah, so I have a 35-foot trawler. It's a little 2-bed, 2-bath with like a living room and stuff. So it's pretty chill in San Diego.
It's badass.
Yeah, got
cool.
like an 80-inch projector. It's like the whole size of the damn boat. But that's what I do. I don't know. Somebody's got to live their life. Might as well be me. Yeah.
That's sick. That's super unique.
It's I definitely different. I live a different life for sure. For sure.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Yes, sir.
How about you, David?
David.
But yeah, I just started NewBeeDrone like mid-October. I worked over at Raceday Quads as the COO for like 2.5 years. I left there in July and, ended up meeting these guys a little bit later and came out to San Diego, fell in love with the team and what they had going on. And of course, San Diego. And yeah, man, here I am doing my COO thing over here in NewBeeDrone. And, this wild, crazy story about how I got into FPV, but I don't think we have time for all that. And,
we got time.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
Well, how I got into FPV was me and my pops had like a little farm that we were trying to work on and cultivate and get going on. And we had a murder of crows that was like outsmarting us, and we could not stop them from taking stuff out. And like joking around, I was like, you should buy me a drone. They would not know how to deal with that at all. And he bought me a drone for Christmas. And quickly, like most of us do, get that first toy and outgrow that real quick and start the hunt. And saw a Mr. Steele video, and then next thing was just like full on addiction, couldn't stop it, about that. And then that's where I started my own racing chapter, because in Birmingham, Alabama, there's no one around. And yeah, that's where I ran into, the Raceday Quads things and moved my whole life over there to do Raceday Quads. And now I moved from Orlando over to here in San Diego to live that FPV life, man.
Told him he should just get a boat, man. Make it easier.
I'm about to.
Just go back and forth,
Right.
So
you murdered the murder.
I totally lost, like, stopped worrying about them. Like, I messed with them one time, and that, like, they didn't know how to react to it, but like they definitely weren't scared away. But then, that's where I was like, I need something bigger and meaner. And next thing you know, I was worried about racing and flying FPV and freestyle, and then
whatever happened to crops.
I don't know. FPV got in the way of everything, man. It was like a pure on addiction. I had a job where I could take my own time and like choose the days that I wanted to work and whatnot. And that's where like I just really went, head first into it. And it was nuts, man. And yeah, we still do like my pop still has the acreage out there and does his thing, but it's just a passive thing now,
Nice. Well, that works.
Hoop wants to know how many quads you've lost to the sea.
Ooh. 2, I know at least 2. Probably more, but 2 for sure. I try to be really safe about like where I fly. I'm kind of paranoid flying over water. I don't like doing it, but a couple of times I get too froggy, and I was like, I bet you I can get super low, and I did. Like, it's like at the bottom, but
that works.
But yeah, at least 2. So I've been lucky for somebody that lives on a boat to only lose 2. To be honest, I know.
That's good numbers. Yeah,
gotta knock on wood.
So curious, what happened with Raceday quads? Why? What? Do you mind if I ask?
I had a lot of fun with that team and building that team and doing what I did there, and I didn't move down there to expecting that at all. And it was the people I worked with and everything I did. It was an amazing time in my life. But I just felt like it was the next chapter, time to move on to something else. And it was a lot of work. It's a lot of work working there, and it gets hectic. And the situation was, man, and life was. I've always listened to life, and I don't chase money. I chase happiness and my passion, and it was just kind of like time to turn the page, And I did not expect to stick in the FPV either. That's the thing. Like I never would expect that I'd be rocking this a few months later, because yeah, man, and it's like a dream come true dealing with these guys and whatnot. Yeah, man, and with FPV and this industry, the possibilities are endless, man.
Right.
If you would have told like a year ago, if I would have talked to myself and say like, look, man, you're gonna be flying DJI stuff, you're gonna have the remote and goggles, like I would have like slapped myself. But like it's a wild career. It's a wild industry right now, and but yeah, it couldn't be happier at being so in love with something and being able to do it every day, even though it may take away from your flying time. But like, yeah, the world is a strange thing, but I like to listen to it and go with the wave,
You're living the dream. That's dope.
Yeah, man, it's fun, man. FPV life for sure, bro. Right.
So you mentioned DJI. Are you guys working on any type of HD setups to compete with DJI?
No, not to compete with them. I think they put so much money into that development, and their engineering team is so huge. It's like I don't even know how you would even start there. The only thing you could really do is like work with them, like CADX did.
I was gonna say I just saw something dope, and I'm just mind you, I've been a beta tester for a while with you guys. Keep me in mind on that one.
Yeah.
All right. So what is that? I gotta ask. What is it?
That's a David question, I guess. I'm just gonna.
Which thing are you talking about? I don't know where the leaks are or who's seen what.
I saw some super HD whooping over there.
Oh, that's not a me question. That's this guy over here. You're talking about in the last week or so?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know you want to.
I don't. It's whatever. That's a David question. If he wants me to disclose said information, I will do so. The pressure's on David now.
There's something out there. You gotta leak it, bro.
Yeah, one of the awesome things, take a step back what you're talking about with NewBeeDrone. NewBeeDrone's history before us too is Kelvin. He's the CEO of NewBeeDrone. He's the one who started all this, and he's like, been through everything with NewBeeDrone since he was the founder of it all, and he's the guy who makes so many of these ideas a reality. It's hard in this industry working, overseas and with teams that you can't have a direct correspondence with, and Kelvin Lee is like a magician when it comes to that stuff. And so when this man right here has an idea, we actually can put these ideas like into action. And that's one of those things that, he had an idea when one day I randomly stopped doing what he was doing, and I didn't know what he just got in the mail. I had
Sometimes
no
I get
clue.
all crazy.
But,
I'll be back.
I had no clue what was going on. And then like that afternoon, like he posted the first series of videos that he's done over the last week, which is just around the office, just like a really quick clip. We didn't think it was going to fly that well or like do as well as it did. And so once we did that, I think we've done 4 different video shoots in the last week, because all of the traction we got from those videos and being able to fly something in HD is so small and like literally harmless.
Now, are you literally flying in HD, or are you just DVRing in HD?
No, DVR.
Yeah. We are not flying. It is an analog system that we were able just to record with the HD thing. Now, this stemmed from the whole DJI question. Like, yes, so what you vision and everything that you're wanting right now is like definitely like where our mind is right now. But this is something that's just this madman over here making some idea come to truth, and now we're gonna try to make some products out of it and make sure that everyone has this easily accessible to do, because it's one thing to go to a video shoot and you have to worry about your 3-inch or 5-inch stuff, and it's like really loud too. Like even a Cinewhoop can just be incredibly loud.
Mine's so loud,
dude.
Yes, louder than my 5-inch.
Going down a hallway too, and that just has a certain energy about it. The last video shoot we did was last night, and like there wasn't a lot of customers around, but like half of them didn't even realize anything was going on, and it was right beside them. And it's interesting. It's a new chapter. Everything FPV's crazy, dude. Like every other month, it's like a new chapter, thing, something crazy coming out. But that's a HD camera that's attached to just our Humminbird brushless or our B-Brain brushless bind and fly. And
where did mine go?
whip it out.
So while he's looking for that, do you want to tell people a little bit about Newbie Labs? I don't think many people know about Newbie Labs.
So Newbie Labs is one of those kind of, going back to what he was talking about with Kelvin and the relationships he has in China and how he's able to communicate and get things done. We have the capabilities of making things happen. Some people have really, really good ideas, but don't necessarily have those same capabilities to make things happen. So Newbie Labs is one of those websites where you can kind of talk to us about maybe bringing something to market, or if you have any ideas that we can just kind of bounce off each other. Any education people, a lot of education people reach out to us on that site. But it's just kind of outside the norm on the RC side. So it's out of the hobby side, and it's really trying to just help. We're always trying to innovate, and it's one of those things where, like, if you innovate too hard, it costs a lot of money, and so we're always trying to find that fine balance. But we're a fairly small team, so we only have so many ideas, right? If somebody in the community has a really, really good idea, and we can help bring something to the market that can help the community as a whole, as well as that individual, then we're all about it. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much where that side is, just an open space for people to kind of bounce ideas, creative ideas, or things that maybe they want to see if it's possible to bring to market, things like that.
That's pretty cool. I don't think anyone else is doing anything even close to that.
Yeah, it's like not many people know about it. Not many people take advantage of it right now. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes for the next year or so.
Are you guys going to the protest this weekend to support the anti-FA stuff in Washington?
No, I cannot go, unfortunately.
Really wish I could, but yeah, every weekend has been kind of crazy here recently. So we're Chinese New Year, and the whole virus thing has definitely affected just the flow. Chinese New Year does every year, but we've just been a little bit busy right now since I've joined the team. We're doing a lot of team building, like getting new people on the team, revamping a lot of old systems that were together. So we're really focused, and the whole FAA thing, like it's one of those things. That's a very crazy subject. I think we could talk about an hour about everything
Easily,
that's
yeah.
about that. And
Right.
yeah, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure about everything yet. It's
So
very,
that actually brings up, like, I know NewBeeDrone's been out and they're doing all these little guys, of course, now.
Yep.
I
That
freaking love this
brushless.
thing, by the way.
nice.
Love
We
this thing.
appreciate it.
But like, historically, you guys have always been these little guys. What's up with these new big uns coming out and everything? New big stuff coming out.
Kelvin is just a madman when it comes to like ideas. I honestly think
That's-
like Kelvin's like, if there is anything negative to say about him, it's like the dude has too many ideas. He's just like he's one of those guys that's always creating. He wants to create, and everything he sees, he knows how to improve. And so it was when I started talking to them, I guess it was like August or something. They were working at the Infinity Stack, and it's something that's obvious with the DJI change in the infrastructure of how everything is. You need to innovate along with it, and doing plug and play stacks and making things that are easy like that. It's not like it feels like cheating when you build a craft.
It really
that's
does.
so easy.
Like, wait, I'm done?
And I've gotten used to it, but like it's definitely just the way everything kind of needs to go. And yeah, man, that these type of things, and the smooth motors, the ring motors.
How the fuck do those work?
Man, we got magic. We got the magic. And, those are magnets that have been out. They're out for like gimbals and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they're used a lot out there. But this is
Higher
really,
RPMs?
Yeah, with a strong enough magnet, and there's.
I was very questionate about it the first time I flew it. When I got it in my hands, I was like, "Oh, the theory's cool, but let's actually see what happens." And it was. I could sit here and talk about him, but I'm a little bit biased.
I was gonna say, we'd be a bit biased.
But
you're allowed to be biased. That's why you're here. Like, you're cool. It's okay.
What led us to this part of the conversation was like a lot of this stuff is we want to look at it from a cinematic tool perspective. It's really easy to want to develop everything, and but our 5-inch stuff, and we're going to start focusing a lot more on like 3-inch stuff to Cinewoop type stuff, and maybe bring it below 3-inch. It's tools this year, more than ever. Like I did a music video like right when I got here in October, and it was one of those things like a dude just hollered at me on Instagram real quick. I didn't know who it was or really what it was, but the video has like 45 million views or something now, and like they didn't have to hire like 2 or 3 people because they hired me. It was the director like gambling. He totally took the dice roll and it's like finding someone on Instagram. I don't have the link to it. I mean, I guess I could find it real quick. But it's the Imaginaste remix. It's some Spanish artist, man. It's wild stuff for sure.
But about that reggaeton feel.
But it was like a really big eye opener for me also, that like this really is this is the year where someone randomly hollered at me on Instagram and ended up like
Being
making a huge production just off of like the whole shot pretty much is me, and that there's a one static shot
inside of a car or something.
I'm trying to imagine now. Stay. How do you spell it? IMA?
Just
there you go.
Google will figure it out.
There it is.
Grandma, turn off. Oh, okay.
Jay Cortez.
I got you.
Here, I got you.
Oh, it's in the ears.
Yeah, sorry if that blasted you guys.
So we're gonna put it.
Check out.
He has it in the background already. Look at this man.
Look at him. Oh, in the chroma key. You beat me to it. Yeah.
That's what happens when he knows how to work with OBS stuff.
Nice.
He's so far ahead of me.
I'm like sitting here like, hey.
Click.
Yeah, it's
The one finger typewriter style.
Click.
So all these shots right here are
5-inch too, unprotected.
Yeah, man. It was just like go at it. And I just moved my life from Orlando to San Diego the day before. And I was planning to get there a day before so I could relax before I did this. But my car broke down in Texas. So it ended up taking I was there maybe an hour before when I needed to be too. It was a very crazy situation. But that's the static car shot right there.
Everything
Literally,
else was pretty much.
everything else is the shot from. It's actually the Vivid frame. It was a prototype Vivid frame. This frame right here, and of course the smooth motors, the ring motors. It was the prototypes of those. It was like the only ones in the world or something at that moment. But like
we were passing those around. Like,
yeah, I trusted that more than everything else that I had going on right then, man. And
looks like you did damn good.
yeah.
I got lucky, man. It was super nervous. I didn't get 50 packs like I had prepared. Like I had 50 packs ready to go, chargers, everything. I think I got 12 packs for the whole day.
Were you just ordering while it was moving?
Yeah. I mean, and this is downtown LA too, so we had to go through the whole spiel of getting all of the approval. I had my buddy there. Well, I say my buddy. It was a guy who I just met like a day or two after I got the call for this music video.
This part's
check
crazy.
out this part.
Check this part out.
He has it in his hand.
Holding
He
it.
throws my drone up, and I armed it. That was just like,
That's super sick. That is super sick.
Oh, you did.
super sketch, dude. Your boy was sketched out, man. But
Tell me he like ducked and ran like a little girl.
right?
no, dude, they weren't affected. That was the thing. Like they didn't. I probably should have showed them like a picture of what a
Could have
5-inch
happened.
prop could do to you.
Right.
But those guys right there, not
Just
the
kept
guy in,
running
like,
on the camera.
plastic thing right there, but like the other two guys, Winston and Yandel, they're like really big artists, and so I think it was like an hour, maybe 30 minutes that we had them for the whole day, and so it's like 3 batteries I had with them right there, and it was one of those things. It's like
5 million views on this.
yeah, it's
What's up, bot? How you doing, dude?
Oh, bye. What's going
What
on?
up, son?
That's dope as hell, though. Like, I'm jealous.
Dude, it was a really wild experience. But I met Brennan Edwards. He's got a YouTube channel. What is it? Droner X. The DRONR. I think there's an X in there. I'm not sure. If you type in Droner, it will pop up. DRONR. But like, he's like a professional. What is it called? I guess he's a professional drone pilot and like producer. He does everything. He's got his own editing house. The dude is set up. But like, I got linked up with him because he had the 107 knowledge and the 107 and knew how to handle all of everything. And without him, I would not have been able to do what I did that day. He was the man. Everyone should check out his YouTube channel, Droner.
For sure.
And but yeah, everything happens for a reason in the life, man, and in the world. The world is like lining it all up because the guy didn't even know I was moving to San Diego. I was in Orlando, Florida when he hit me up, and I was like packing my stuff up to head over there, and just happened to be like, oh yeah, I'll be in LA, not a problem, man. It's all good. So it was interesting.
So what's your favorite product you guys have ever launched? Each of you has a favorite, I'm sure.
Ooh, ever?
Ever. Your number one. Jake's got his favorite.
I see that.
It's a guy. Oh, the brushless is pretty badass.
I'm probably gonna. Probably the light, because when it came out, it was like the only one with active. It still is, right? It's the only one with active braking on a brushed one, and like I was doing things with that on the freestyle side that people were like, "That's not possible." Like, okay, bro. Like I'm just doing it. Like I don't understand. Yeah. So I'd say for me it was that, because I could actually, like on the V2 you can kind of freestyle, like if you had like unicorn motors and stuff, but until like the active braking showed up, dude, on plaids and Azzies I can go ham sandwich with that. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you, Dave, you gotta have one.
Oh, I'm still a newbie around here.
Newbie at NewBeeDrone.
Yeah, no pun intended, I guess. But man, we released so many products.
I know.
Over
This
the last
past
few
year
months.
it's been silly.
It's when I got here, it was just kind of like full speed ahead, and Kelvin had all the stuff planned out. It's really hard to pick a favorite, but probably the one that I feel closest to is the ring motors. Like it's just an awesome, unique product. And it's one of those things, like making a unique product is good for sales because it's unique, but making something that is unique and actually like brings unique characteristics to the table, especially from using it as like a tools standpoint, it's it's a different conversation.
Yeah.
So once I flew these and realized what was what it can do. Because I mean, I fling around Insta 361X and a Hero 7 on this thing with a 1300 6S battery and
It's
get
not
like
light.
7 minutes with it, and it's a niche, but it has its thing,
Yeah,
and I like it. That's
I need
that's
it.
my jam.
I need it.
What about that Infinity stack that you guys got going? I haven't even gotten to touch one of those yet.
Really?
I know about it.
Man, we need to get you everything.
I
don't
know.
you?
Hook you up.
We got we actually just released the 20x20.
Oh, you got a 2020 there?
So all our Infinity stacks are plug and play with DJI, and
I love that companies are doing that. It's making it so much easier.
Yeah.
it's like cheating a little bit.
Yeah.
It feels like cheating.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
If it makes
it's
my life
fine.
easier,
Right?
why not?
A little bit time saving, you know. I'm trying to get this thing out, but it's so well packaged.
Ooh. Well
Uh,
done, sir.
but yeah, maybe you can't see this so well.
Maybe the hand.
You just gotta be a bit closer. There
That
you go.
thing's cute.
2020.
6S capable, plug and play with DJI, and it's quickly like taken over the sales of the 30x30, of course, just because you can fit it in a smaller craft. But yeah, man. What do you want to know about the Infinity stack? It's just
I guess everything. What brought you guys to start doing like the 30x30s and the 20x20s? Just the moving up into the 3 and 5 inches or something, or
It was time. I think we saw some of our like initial customers from back in the day start progressing too, and as they progress, we want to progress with them and give them some stuff, and then also we can bring a little bit of innovation to the game when it comes to that kind of stuff with some of the different filtering things that we did. So why not? If we could do it, and it was a product that we could improve on, and our team can use it, we figure why not. And then FAA was like, hey guys, we're gonna shut it down. We're like, oh no, did we go the wrong way?
right.
Yeah, but we just want to have every tool available for every different option, if that makes sense. My dad always says, have the right tool for the right job, right? And that's all we're trying to do, is provide people with options. And people are like, oh, this is better than that. Like, cool, man. Like, use it. You know what I mean? That's all we're trying to do.
And too far when you're just producing these little guys. You got to kind of mull around and get bigger, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And Kelvin has always wanted to step into this side of things too. I haven't known him forever, but just like from what I've talked to him, because it was a crazy thing for me to come aboard, and it's just like all of a sudden, like I just know them for the B-Brain Light, and now it's just like, the Pro, the brushless, all of this stuff, all the 5-inch stuff, and all these other like little side things, like with the B-wire, the smooth sticks, the individual ESCs that we have. There's we have the flow motors and the smooth motors. This is so much.
3-inch frames that are made for DJI.
Yeah, and so he like I said, he's always thinking of all kind of different stuff. Everything that he sees, he looks at how we should improve it, and
Right.
And that's the weird thing about like when I joined NewBeeDrone and like I got my first Infinity stack. I went to go update it, the flash the firmware, and there wasn't a target on Betaflight. And I was just like, hey, what's going on with this? And it's a very strange thing, because that's not normal. And it's actually what makes us unique in a lot of ways too, because like our hexes are found on our website, because like if there's something wrong with it that we want to change, we can immediately like
same day
message the guy, and then we get a hex there shortly. And so it's a lot more like grassroots. And of course Betaflight's awesome, and they do pioneer so much, and they do what they do, but like we're just different from all the other companies. That was what was really appealing to me for NewBeeDrone and wanting to join this team, is like they don't even know their own capabilities yet, man. These guys are they're just doing amazing things. And yeah, man, it's a crazy time to be a part of this team too, man. All this cool stuff. And yeah, man, we were looking at the 2020 product list, and we won't talk about anything on that list, but like, yeah, man, there's a lot of crazy things going on, and a lot of innovation that Kelvin's trying to bring to the table this year, man.
Yeah, I feel like this year is going to be super. Like last year was crazy as far as product releases, and I think we're going to continue some of that trending. But yeah, some of the products and some of the relationships and stuff is going to be super sick.
Nice.
What exactly?
So Vamper wants to know if you're doing an XClass ever.
I won't lie to you. When I moved from Birmingham to Orlando to go work at RDQ, that was like one of the things. I was really big into racing, and I was like, when XClass becomes a thing, I want to be like one of the XClass pilots. Like I want to be like the beginning of NASCAR. I was where I want to be. And I've had close interaction, like Derek Brown over at Pyroflip. He does all their customer service stuff. Yeah, D-Rec. He's like always been a very big advocate of XClass stuff. And when I was at RDQ, I tried everything I could to support it. But the hard part is like it needs spectators. It like something so big and costs so much needs to do a bigger pull of stuff, and that's where you'll see more people adopt it, more money get put into it. If Kelvin was here right now and you said something about
He'd probably be like, we should do that.
He's like,
yeah.
Brian has ideas. Yeah. So it's like, it's one of those things. There's a lot of opportunities that are out there, and that one of the hard parts of being where NewBeeDrone is kind of like choosing which one of those opportunities to go with. Believe me, if we had a big enough team, I promise you we would be working on XClass stuff and everything else. Anything to do with FPV, we would be trying to push it forward. But there's so much time in the day, and there's only so many people you can have on your team where you're at this scale of a company. And so it's that give and take, pull, that finesse, Tack, what's up?
I just heard, Tack just dunked his brushless hummingbird in his saltwater tank.
No,
it's not good for that.
It's over, bro.
It's over.
It's not an underwater one.
We have it's not saltwater, but we got the tank, and someone's gonna run into it one day.
And the fish tank,
Nothing's been dunked yet, though.
It's coming though.
You don't have it properly covered?
No, absolutely not.
We like to live on the edge.
You know what I mean? There's consequences if you crash a NewBeeDrone.
You're adding risk,
right? But Tack, maybe if you unplugged it quick enough, get some isopropyl alcohol and drench that bad boy. Maybe freshwater, isopropyl, then freshwater, and then isopropyl, and then let it dry for like 2 days.
I feel like Tack knows what's up. But
I do too.
If we were outdoors, I'd pour one for the homie right now. Tack, roll them. Roll that dice. Hopefully,
I got faith. Man. Let us know, Tack. Let us know if that helped. If it actually survived.
So I have another hard question for you.
Oh no, I quit.
It's not that bad, I promise. Who is your favorite team pilot for each of you?
Oh, that's rude.
Favorite of our team, like in our
team? Own team pilots that are currently listed on your website.
Making us.
Who's even currently listed on the website?
You can pull it up.
Everybody
pick from that list.
Because is it everybody that's listed on the website?
To give you a little bit of background, we have just added. We just revamped the 2020 team pilot list, and we are adding some new people, bringing some fresh talent in, and definitely. Oh man, you need to check it again. Check the spam filter and all that real quick. But yeah, man, there's so many new faces and talented people that just got added to it. Some of them we're gonna wait for like announcements and stuff. Mm-hmm. So just
use the current website. That's okay then. Okay. Don't worry about spoiling anyone.
Okay, it's hard. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna scroll. I'm scrolling.
DZ Drones is my favorite. That's for sure.
And then mine is Doc. See how easy this is?
Bam. I'm not on the website.
I'm impressed, actually.
I'm not on the website though. She said that.
Can we get you on the website?
No,
you can edit.
I don't have.
There you go. Jake's got it scrolling for you
right now. No, dude, that's really hard. I'm gonna go with my man Ark Nabbit though, because he actually introduced me to racing back in like 20. Oh Jesus, I don't even know when. We've been racing like he's like the godfather of FPV in San Diego. That's my dude. He literally introduced me to FPV racing, and then I went with him to Drone Nationals in 2016 or 2017, and then like since then I've just been full bore into FPV. So without him, I probably wouldn't be here. So I want to give a shout out to my man Ark Nabbit.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out him too.
This guy right awesome.
Here. I know that guy.
Yeah, he's the man. Actually, that guy is the man. He's like.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I didn't like flying little drones until he started
messing with them.
Nice.
Absolutely, like completely changing perspective because of that guy.
Yeah, I hated the way my Tiny Hawk flew when I first got it until I put the tune that he made for it, and then I was like, "Oh, okay, this is the jam. I like this." But for real, you are my favorite team pilot. I will say that. But probably Red 5 FPV Austin Allshouse. That's my homie from Orlando, and that was one of the first things I had to make sure to get him on the team for someone else scooped him up when I joined over here. So yeah, he's definitely someone to watch out for this year. He's a wild.
We got some monsters on the squad this year.
I wish we could talk about the new edition.
No, you don't have to spoil it. Let them have. I want them to all have their moment of announcement too, because it's fun for everyone, right?
For sure.
And AK is another honorable mention
Obviously,
too. I will say AK is the man. We just went to Whooptopia like a few weeks back. It feels like
yesterday,
dude. It feels like yesterday and like
2 years ago
at the same time. But like he put together that event. He's the fastest dude around, and when you're fast in the community, it like spawns other fast people who want to compete with you. So he has all of the other people who are competing with him like on a very fast pace.
Yeah.
And not only did he throw the event, he emceed, and he won.
Yeah.
Both events.
Yeah.
Both days.
I think he was using one hand too, or something like that.
What's that?
He had his left hand behind his back while he was doing the whole thing.
Dude. So like AK is definitely the man. We're blessed to have someone like that on our team, man. And 2020, we definitely plan on supporting him more and what he does with Whooptopia and stuff like that. And we have some big plans in the works for that. Jake's drone addiction. I know who that is. I've heard of that name before.
What are some of the challenges you guys face as a shop?
Some?
Just some.
How much time do we have left? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Give us like top 5 on that.
I mean, even sweeping is hard for me. So I don't for me, is honestly probably staying organized, man. Like we have so many things going on, and I'm getting my attention pulled 20, 30 different ways. We're working on 20 different things every single day. So I feel like sometimes I get scatterbrained. I just need to like refocus. But I have to say that's probably for me the hardest thing is like trying to get everything done without sacrificing quality of work on any of the things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it is a compressed time frame and it is a smaller team, so we all go ham sandwich, and it's just trying to keep going ham sandwich without burning out or without messing something up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough. Especially when the parts are so small. Like
I know,
like it's ridiculous.
You have the good eyes. You gotta,
oh man, our
you guys still in the same location as 2 years ago?
2 years ago is right around the time we moved, but you're pretty much or close. If we're not at the same exact spot, we're like,
oh well, no, actually, never mind. That was a horrible question because I saw in that video, I saw that you guys were.
That question.
Okay, that's my favorite question of the day. How do you go ham sandwich? I don't even know.
I like this guy.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Vamper is good, people. If you don't know him, you should know him.
That's hilarious.
Awesome. I should know him. Because I don't know, man. You just go ham sandwich.
You just do it.
Happens.
You don't explain it. Yeah. You'll know when you go ham sandwich. You'll know.
I guess my answer for the most difficult part about the job is, or being the team, being part of the team, is keeping the team together and on the same frequency. I think every job that I've played like a leadership role, and I had to make sure of like team coherency, like no matter what actually happens a day or what you do, I think keeping the team moving together and making sure everybody's on the same page is not only that for mental health and productivity, but it's just like everything, you know. Tack wants to go ham.
He wants to go ham sandwich.
Get ham sandwich. Everybody's going ham sandwich.
I think Tack went ham sandwich, and that's why he ended up in the tank. Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Jake, I'll let you ask them. I've been like firing them off like crazy on my side. Pew pew.
Do we have a? Sorry, we don't have a soundboard button for that. No, we don't.
No.
That'd be awesome. We need you on the show as regularly. You can start bringing in soundboards and stuff.
Yeah, like
oh,
you guys want those Oreo?
What?
Yeah, little Zorro.
You can hear that, right?
Can you hear that in the background or no?
No.
Oh no. No, it's so
Oh,
loud in my.
Wait, hold on. Shh.
Here, I'll put it close.
Yeah,
Yeah,
barely. I can't make it up.
It's only in here. Okay, we're gonna have to work on that.
Yeah.
Stream
We got everything set up. Wish we could show it to you right now. I mean, you can show them the picture that we sent you, man. We had
Stream deck.
we had the chroma key going on. We had a fresh picture by my boy JR. Oh man, we were set up, man. We took time and prepared, but technical difficulties, man.
Hey,
Cricket, throw it up.
See,
throw it up.
To be honest with you,
Say again.
I need one of those that little box thing, the stream key. Or whatever.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's legit, dude. Yeah. I really wish you could hear all the memes that are going on right now, man. It's
This is the spectacular background that these guys had planned out, and then it
I
just
know. I'm so bummed. Thanks for reminding me. Look at that. That looks so nice, don't it?
it's clean.
Man.
It's so clean, dude. What's that noise?
What is going on?
I don't know.
So,
You went to him.
just curious. I haven't seen Goose in a while.
Mm-hmm. He's in Las Vegas. He has moved. He's flown the coop. Flew the coop. He flew the coop.
Left the hive.
Something
Geese go in hives? What would happen?
I don't even know.
Yeah, I feel like
I need to do research so I
just
can
wreck the place.
get up on my bee terminology.
It's a hive, yeah. They were left the hive.
He just moved on to his next opportunity. He thought it was time to do it. So yeah.
Oh, nice.
He came back. We did a couple of videos, we did a video together when around like the Santa time.
Yeah, I got to meet him around Christmas. He's super
I
cool.
remember
Dude.
last year's Santa stuff. That was freaking hilarious.
We brought him back because we had to do at least one like throwback to it. So he was there. He might have got slapped with baby powder again, but that's normal.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen every once in a while.
Yeah, we still chit chat every once in a while.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Because when I was there, I met him. I met Art, you, another gentleman that's not there anymore. I forgot his
Max.
Huh?
Max.
Yeah, Max.
Yeah, that's my boy Max.
Y'all are super good people.
I appreciate that, brother.
How do y'all keep?
I'm good people too, man.
That's why you're on the squad.
So how do you guys keep such a high morale in the office like that? I mean, you guys, all honesty, like the place that I saw there was kind of small. You had a decent sized like warehouse area in the back, but it wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think a lot of people get that. Like they expect when they walk in to see like a whole bunch of stuff and a whole bunch of people like just waiting to get stuff done, and then they see like us and like our mugs staring back at them with like a computer. Like what are you expecting, buddy?
There was there's someone that we work kind of close with, and you would think that like we work close with them that they would they'd know more about it, or like I don't know, I guess they've never been here for us, so they don't know, but they got us a Christmas present, and they like got some food for us one day. A shout out to Salt Lake City Racing,
Jeff Grabowski.
Yeah, Jeff Grabowski. But like they showed up the day before the place they got the food from, and they're like, "Hey, is this NewBeeDrone? Because we're just going to deliver some food tomorrow." It's like, "Oh yeah, that's cool. Well, what's going on?" They're like, "Well, it's a surprise, but we also wanted to check how many people work here." And at
the time, it was like 5.
Yeah. And they're like, "Okay, well, we didn't know if it was like."
Oh no, hold on, it doesn't matter. The rest of the story gets.
They said like, we didn't know if it was 3 or 30. The guy wasn't really sure either, because it was just like. Yeah, it happened to me at like RDQ too. That people think like, you should be like a team of like 30 or 50, right? So like 5 guys out the back. What are you talking about? But NewBeeDrone is a smaller team, and
but yeah, we still got like 40 sandwiches delivered the next day. Is what ended up happening.
That's how you go ham sandwich.
That's how you go ham sandwich.
You
know what I mean? She had to come back with the drinks. Like she made 2 trips.
Wow.
Poor lady from the deli place. Yeah, she's right down the street.
She's a sweetheart. Hang it. Holler at her.
Holla.
Shout out to
Surf and deli.
Something like that.
Right. So just to make sure everybody knows, what is it exactly that you guys do over at NewBeeDrone again?
Janitor.
Yeah.
Hey.
I shred papers sometimes.
And you got
And then they videotape me doing
Well,
stupid
Chris
stuff.
isn't the janitor because he already told us he has trouble with the broom. So
This is true. That's why I got fired from my position. I guess.
Chris is the sandwich maker.
Yes,
And
I go
then-
hammies.
There you
does
go.
ham sandwich. He makes the ham sandwich. I am COO, and this gentleman is captain, right? You're the
I don't
captain
know.
of the boat.
Yeah,
right?
they call me captain.
The captain.
I don't know. My role changes by like the minute. So I don't know. Yeah, because we're a small team, so we kind of fill every shoe. It's like
Yeah.
we have titles like mine is business development manager, but like really our what we do goes way deeper than that because we're so small that we all kind of wear all the hats. But yeah, for me, it's mostly I think product side testing is what I'm trying to focus on next, and then trying to find the next trend. Say again.
So you just kind of do what's needed.
Yeah. I mean, in the meantime, I give you customer service emails, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, it's like everybody does everything. Everybody grabs a mop. Everybody grabs a broom. Everybody, you know what I mean? We all kind of pitch in and do everything that we.
That's awesome.
If shipping gets like overwhelmed one day, we'll all just jump back there and help out with shipping. So it's a flexible team. Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. By the way, you mentioned customer service right there. I'm going to tell you guys right now that I have never had a bad experience with you guys.
My man. That's and we want to continue that tradition.
Customer service is actually like I dare to say this is my favorite part of the job, just because
You can have it.
it can be really stressful and it's really hard, especially when there's a lot of situations that you're just kind of stuck in the middle as a reseller of products. But those all those situations that you spend time on to like make someone happy and help them out in the situation where it's not their fault, and a lot of that stuff is rewarding too, and I loved doing that at RDQ. That was just my favorite thing to do, and Derek Brown had to come around and be so good at it. I had to let him take care of that, but he has that same energy and like care for the job that I do, and like I'm lucky enough to have like a show up here to NewBeeDrone, and I got this guy who's got that same energy with customer service, and it's hard to find people to work with you that think like what he just said, like, oh, what do we need to do today? No, it doesn't matter what it is. We're just gonna get it done. Oh, I don't know how to do it. Teach me how to do it real quick so I can help you out. Let's move forward. And so, that's really.
I think it's part of why morale stays so high too. Is we're a team that's always evolving together and pushing each other and learning new things, and you know what I mean. And yeah, it'd be hard to stay in this team if you weren't on that same frequency. You know what I mean? You might get left behind, and yeah. So I think that's part of the same. The morale is we're all kind of on that same vibe, like he was talking about, keeping us all that team thing going. So I think it's part of our success. Without that, we'd be dead in the water.
Right.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
Now, I know you guys have a ton of fun all the time too.
All the time.
He's one of his roles is the whimsical manager.
I am chief whimsical officer.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, and it is rough. That is a big thing. That's part of like the team thing that I was talking about earlier too. It's like it's hard to keep everything running the way it needs to when things are stressful and high strung, and especially when you just have everything coming at you from every angle. And and success also brings people wanting to work with you and all of that, and that's where it can be a lot at times. But when you have like solid people beside you that like can tell when you're overloaded and just know when to jump in and like when to ask for help when they need help, that's how you succeed no matter what gets thrown at you. It's an awesome thing.
Yep.
Hoop wants to know when your goodie bags will be in stock again.
Are you talking about the honey pots?
Yeah, we have a lot of ideas for 2020 and in the honey pot area. That was one of the major things. Like last year, for a short period of time, I worked with Quadbox and and Chad Capper, and that's one of the first things that we started talking about when we were thinking about new ideas for Quadbox. And I referenced NewBeeDrone immediately in the honey pot just because that was I didn't even fly whoops back then, but I remember when the first round of honeypots came out and all of the, all the cool things that they did. And they even did like, what was it, a $2,000 or a $1,000?
$1,000.
It had a $1,000 one. And what was it? What was it?
We gave him some stuff. We flew him out, put him in a hotel. He got to design his own frame that we cut out. Like it was like
it's a whole spiel.
Yeah, some dude. I mean, if somebody was willing to just like gamble $1,000 on us, we're gonna show him out. You know what I mean? We're gonna do him good. So that's what we did.
Yeah, we want to do stuff like that again. Like keep it fun and
The
keep,
whimsy,
you know,
yeah,
the
yeah.
whimsy, man, and that's what it's all about too when it comes down to it. Because I got
playing with
really-
toys, yeah.
You know, that's the main thing. When people start getting mad online and all this drama gets put up, it's like, man, we're playing with toys.
Yeah.
Just
Smile.
calm down. I'm flying toy robots around. The
Right.
future is now, man. It's awesome. But you know, it's just one of those things, man.
I was gonna say that's one thing I've noticed too is you guys have avoided any type of drama, and like smooth, like, you know what I mean?
It's so hard to do.
Yeah, it is pretty hard to do, but I mean, it's easier to make in I'd say in all of our eyes, it's easier to make friends than enemies. Yeah, and it's easier to stay neutral because I don't know everything that's going on either side anyway. You know what I mean? So I just kind of try to focus on making our products better, doing what we do. You know, treating the community right and grow that way. But yeah, luckily everybody on the team is on the same page that we're not trying to get involved in all that craziness and rather just do us.
Yeah, that was like a principle. Like Kelvin, that was like a big thing of him before I joined the team. He was like just talking to me about that. Is that there's no reason to look at life that way. Life's too short to create these problems and air them out publicly, and you know, just about positivity and focusing on what makes us happy and passionate about life. And that's another reason why I think we do good as a team, is because we all have that core principle right there. We all love FPV, and we all definitely don't get to fly as much as we want to right now, but it's because we get to deal with FPV stuff every day too. So it's like it's definitely a hard balance to do like that and keep everything lively and fun. But that's what it all comes down to, man. Like I got serious into racing, and when it became like I have to win, it wasn't fun. It started making me started hating FPV in a lot of ways. And then I went to work in the morning and worked around FPV. It was like rough, but you know, when I look at races just to go to have fun, I don't care if I'm last or first. And if you're not first, you're last, as Ricky Bobby. But like, you know, that's the way that I have to look at it when it comes to all of this stuff too.
Jack, that was my next question.
Yeah.
What up? Put a resume in.
Right?
What's up, dude?
You should propose to Calvin that Fridays are fly days and you only work half day, and then you guys fly as a crew the rest of the day. It's good for morale.
We did that last Friday.
Yeah, we did.
Did you?
Hey, don't
That's
you
awesome.
get that going?
Was it last Friday or was it Friday before? It might have been the Friday before. I don't remember.
It was a Friday, and I was like, "Oh, I needed that so bad."
Yeah, it was definitely
I was
fun.
there. I got super lucky. You guys were flying at some parking lot down by the train tracks or something
Yep,
that.
yeah.
Dude,
Widowmaker.
Widowmaker, yeah.
Widowmaker.
My son did better than me over there.
Dude, most of the times they do, to be honest, man.
They don't
He
take
was
over.
12.
Well, it's every father has that moment where he gets, you know, his son can beat him up or whatever, you know. It was that moment for you to
Then it's time to upgrade your gimbals and stuff.
Yeah. Start
Give them the bad
simming all
batteries.
night, you know.
Right. But
So if
Kimbo-
Kimbo said he wants to get a flight controller from you guys, I actually flew with him on the weekend. He's really good people. He's all about uniting the hobby. He's a local Canadian out here. If someone's wanting to pick up a flight controller, what would you recommend as like one of your top flight controllers for someone non-DJI? Because I know he's not DJI yet.
Well, our Infinity Stack works perfectly fine with
Regular
analog
analog,
stuff
yeah.
too. So it's not plug and play with analog stuff, but you know, our Infinity Stack is solid no matter what. I always use a cap on 4S, you know, just because of people saying like there was a while where they were trying to make the Infinity not need a cap at all. And from my experience in customer service, just like if you can fit a cap on it, put a cap on it for security purposes, or you know, just you know, being secure and flying and not worrying about that aspect. And but man, we're starting to offer a lot of more products. Me coming aboard, Kelvin has given me a lot of like choice on what I want to offer on our site. I want to become a more one-stop shop, but not just everything. I want to only carry things that we believe in, like stuff that he or I or Kelvin would fly, and things that we think are pushing things forward. And so we have a few different options. I don't think I've gotten Pyro Flip's F4 and or his flight controller stat, but Pyro is always a good option. You know, it depends. You know, what's the triangle? What is it? Value,
yeah, right.
quality, or I can't remember the third one. But you know, you gotta choose your gear
Nice.
accordingly. Do you want something that's cheaper? Do you want something that's more expensive but it has bells and whistles or more quality or whatever behind it? So it's a long question. I guess what kind of craft is it? What you trying to fly? What kind of frame is it?
What kind of flow do you have? Are you going to be more snappy, more smooth?
Yeah, I can see the comments right here. So
We post them up for you because then it actually goes public like that as a banner on YouTube too. So it's kind of highlighting
smart.
the bigger
I
ones.
like what y'all doing.
It's wicked
I like
smart.
Yo, and I love the thumbnail picture that you guys put out. I know like it was like definitely risque, but
Drone
like,
in the box.
the background was legit, dude. The like space background, like whatever this is, like I liked it. And I'm sorry if anyone was offended by that, but
I'm not.
We're not. There's nothing offensive about that.
Team Drone in a Box. It's a thing. It was our Whooptopia team.
It was our.
That's what that picture was for. We weren't just at work one day and be like, "Hey man, let's put some boxes around our waist and go at it."
Although I would do that.
We have done it before.
I would too.
I don't think there's anything. You're referencing a song, right?
Yeah,
Why not?
Yeah, for sure. Drone in a Box.
Do you guys know who the UFDA crew is?
Oofda. Yeah.
Yeah, you're aware of them?
Yeah, we're aware of them.
So there is a specific question we must ask every single guest on our show.
Hold on, let me turn this off.
Every single guest has been asked this question. Do you believe? Yeah, look at him. He's like, yeah.
3 C's.
This is a good question, I promise. Do you believe in thick earth? And it's not just thick, it's thick earth.
3 C's.
3 C's.
No Q's?
Yeah, no, like it's super specific.
And no 3 C's, no Q's?
Do you need a visual aid?
That would be good. Do you have a visual aid that you can?
Yes.
I'm working on it. He's giving you the visual of the actual thing.
I just need to make sure.
Thick
earth.
That's what they're talking about.
All the C's.
All the C's. Only 3 though. You can't do 4.
Nope.
That's
dear Lord. That is thick.
I'm about that life. I would like to add a Q if possible. But yes,
I want to believe.
You know,
the answer is I want to believe.
I'm gonna print that out, and that will be above my computer now.
We've actually had a shitload of people confirm it. Like everyone actually has confirmed it, from like Rollins to Capper to Drew to like literally everyone on this show.
Yeah,
this is.
I can fly my drone up in the
Cricket's
sky
adding some C's.
There's more C's. There's more C's.
Oh shit!
All the C's.
There's a lot of C's, dude. All right, I dig it. I figured that.
I'm on board with this. I like this.
Next question about the thick earth.
That's the only thick earth question you have to answer. Just do you believe?
I believe.
Can you confirm thick earth?
Confirmed 100%.
I want to believe.
You want to believe?
I want to believe. I'm not sold yet.
Needs more evidence.
I would say you want some more evidence.
Yeah, he wants more evidence. We'll do some research later.
My tinfoil hat is not applied yet.
Yeah. So what is your Whooptopia goggle story? You were kind of mentioning that you wanted. Yeah.
You mean how we lost?
I meant the goggles. Apparently some goggles fallen off some faces during the races.
Tell the story, Chris.
Okay, so it was day 2.
I wish I could do the
I
memes
know.
right now.
You can't hear. The stream deck is hilarious in my ears, and I wish you guys could hear it because the buttons he's pressing are great. It was the second day. It was team flying Whooptopia. Me and David were taking it super serious. Like my man went outside and didn't talk to people before races. He was zenning out, bro. And he's like, "Don't worry, man. I'm not going to let you down." And then I was like, shit, now I'm probably going to let him down. Like, that's just the way it fucking works. It's just the way it works. He said it out loud. It's too late, whatever. So we were doing actually like really, really good. I was looking forward to battling AK and Noodle in the finals. And then our last race, we were like a lap ahead, maybe more. And I started screaming. I'm like, "Bro, I need a goggle battery." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Give me a goggle battery, bro."
I'm like coming into land. I'm feeling it. I'm on fire. Top Gun music in the background and everything. And then this I was like, as soon as I come into land, dude.
I was like, it's gonna die. And he's like, what are you talking about? Because I was using a cable, and like once those cables start beeping, like 10 seconds later, your goggles are done. So like my goggle dies, right? And I rip it off. I'm like, damn it, man. And he's like, what channel are you on? I'm like, E6. And I put it on E6. I was like, shit, I mean E2. So then he puts it on E2. And I don't want to talk about this gentleman's head, but it's fucking huge. Like
what can I say?
I put the goggles on, and like I literally had to like have him hanging down like this, and I was flying like this because it was like 2 foot off my head, and I was looking at it like it was a box goggle, and that's how I finished the lap. But no, it was too late. We ended up losing.
And in contrast, I gave him my goggles, and we weren't gonna flip back, and I had to do another battery after he did his 2 laps. And someone saw us struggling, and someone just like came in and was like, "Here, David, I know what channel you're on. Here's goggles you get." And I had the DJI goggles.
Then he went to Fat
and
Sharks.
so like and I had the analog module, big screen, like really good video with the TBS Fusion. It was just beautiful, dude. And then, oh my God, someone handed me like the first generation of goggles ever or something. Like so the screen was like this, man, and it was hard. It was a very contrasty situation.
He got through it though. He got through it, and then I went on the podium and I was ready, man. I was like shaking. I was like, just let me take off. I just want to take off. No, we didn't even get to take off the last time.
It was good though.
That's how we lost.
I had Whooptopia was such a dope event though.
Yes.
I've been to a good amount of 5-inch racing and bigger events and whatnot, but I thought that there's just gonna be more like a Whoop, just like chiller vibe, like people not pushing themselves to that limit, but it was wild. AK made me feel like I need to be in like, might as well call it like the old man class at this point, whatever you want to call it, sportsman league or whatever the hell. Like I realized that was my place after seeing AK race, and it was amazing getting that same adrenaline feeling from a Whoop with
like no consequences. Yeah,
I didn't change a single set of props the whole time at Whooptopia. All my crashing, like no, that's not gonna happen in a 5-inch race with all the crashing I was doing, dude. So
I didn't even change a goggle battery. Apparently, I should have.
Ow, that hurt.
It's too soon. Still,
What is
so
that?
you guys, like, I know you guys are innovative as fuck, right? But how are you guys keeping up with the other companies? Like, I know Beta Whoop and all those guys. Like, for instance, I saw a bunch of different brushless guys before this guy came out.
Yeah.
Whether it was Blade or Beta Whoop or whatever. I can't even remember what they're called. I never use them. I've been loyal as fuck. I'm gonna tell you right now.
My man.
I waited and waited to get this one out. But like, how do you guys compete with that? Because I know they're throwing stuff out there kind of quick.
Yeah,
you guys are innovative as hell, and I personally trust your products. But how do you guys combat that?
We just try to stay in our own lane, man. Like they're doing their thing. We just try to put out quality products, and luckily we have people like you who do support us and recognize the effort that we put into it, and realize like if we need to slow down on a product or like that brush just took a minute for it to come out, like we will wait. You know, that's kind of our deal, but. Yeah, for us, it's just like stay in our own lane, try to do what we can, focus on us, try to improve where we can. And like, if other people bring cool stuff, that's awesome. And that's great for the community. You know, it's just, we have to stay innovating. Otherwise, we might as well not even be in the game. So
the other question is, of course, Tango 2 came out and she's going to call me a fanboy all day right now. But like, I love my Tango 2, right? It's not multi-protocol or anything like that. And I know, like, for instance, this guy, I put the crossfires in there and everything. But are you guys going to integrate crossfire onto one of these little guys, like the board itself?
So that would be a Trappy question.
Yeah, I would say we need to talk to Trappy for sure. Someone even posted on the Hive today. They were like, "Did you guys give up on DSM? Like we're not putting anything DSM out." And like we released a lot of products since I've been here, and it was like stuff that was already going on. The release needed to happen and happen correctly. And there's been a lot of like change of everything since I've been here with the team and how we do things, and scaling ourselves appropriately with the plans that we have coming up.
That would be hard as fuck to do.
It's fun, man. It's a puzzle. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's a
dude.
puzzle. If you look at
Yeah.
with the right mindset, it becomes fun.
Everything's fun, man. I love Mondays too. That's my favorite.
Monday mornings in particular.
But what was the question again? Where was I going?
I don't know.
Yeah, I was somewhere.
And to integrate that, I guess you said it's a trappy question.
Yeah, it's a trappy question. Yeah.
We lack the time. There's not enough hours in the day right now. As I build up this team, we're getting the right minds, enough time. Like, see, Chris is one of these minds that he needs to be working on this big picture stuff, but he's an awesome teammate where if I need help in something that I'm doing, he's gonna stop what's not a priority to the thing that I have going on. It's on fire, and he understands that, and that's we're in a kind of like I want to say like a build up stage. Like we're in the song and everything's building up right now. Yeah.
We're getting
bass
close.
is about to drop soon.
Man.
Yeah.
And,
that's the kind of where it's at right now. But I would love to work closer. Well, I love TBS products and working at RDQ. I didn't have access to a lot of those awesome pieces of gear, and so coming on this team, it's refreshing, and I had a lot of catching up to do as far as like what they've been working on and what the amazing stuff that they do there. And yeah, we ordered some Tango 2s. I can't wait to get them in. And
Dude,
yeah, I would love people ask it for it all the time too. Want more and more Crossfire ready stuff, binding flies that have all that going on.
Right.
And like, yes, definitely want to make that happen. Like I said, right now, like,
yo, that is a great question.
What did he say? I asked Kelvin that. I don't remember. It was one of those stories that I expected some crazy in-depth, awesome story.
And it was like, no, we were brainstorming and NewBeeDrone sounded cool. Like,
I don't know. We'd need to ask Kelvin. I wish we could talk to Kelvin. Should we
you
call
see if you
Kelvin
can get him on right now.
You can absolutely get him on here if you want.
That'd be
If
hilarious.
Let's see if he's in China.
He's stuck
right now.
in China.
So
he's stuck.
So they went to
There's no going
Germany
around.
to like a toy fair
Yeah, me
expo
and
to
Darren.
present some stuff a month or so ago.
Right about.
Yeah, it was about a month now. And Kelvin went to China, and he was going to go to Germany, back to China, and then back here. But the coronavirus kind of altered a lot of those plans, and that's
So he's like literally stuck.
yeah, I think everything's starting to ease up a bit now.
I think it's starting to get
Apparently, you can fly to Canada because we haven't
Okay.
closed our things yet. So he could always come here and then jump back down.
Okay, I heard that. I'll let him know.
Yeah, we can shoot him.
Hey, grab all the Canadian goodies up there while he's there.
Those you got to drive with, and even then, it's risky as hell. Like it's
Ooh, the Canadian border to Southern California. I would not want to do that drive. That's a long one too, man. That's
Come on,
that is
that's from Montana down there.
Yo, I've moved from Birmingham, Alabama to Modesto, California in a Honda Civic, and I've done Orlando, Florida to San Diego now, and that was a Corolla, and that was like my whole life packed in there. So I feel you. And that's the reason I'm like, I never want to do
What is
that
that?
shit.
And
And
things down there.
I hate those moves. Those
it's
drives.
you playing footsies with each other, and it's distracting you. Capture says you guys need to re-release your Nitro Nectar for us in 6S packs.
I know, right? I
Right.
know.
That actually brought me to the other question too. When
I
did you
agree.
gold ones? These 300 mod golds.
What was the beginning of the question? Sorry, you kind of cut out.
When did you guys come out with the 300 mod golds?
It was right around the time of the brushless.
Brushless, yeah.
The B-Brain brushes needed that power to let do its thing at a good run time,
How are
flight time.
Because when I was looking, this is what I had to get.
I'm sorry.
And like, I swear I started out with 40 of them, and now I've got 12.
I'm biased. I won't say anything.
Yeah. I'm biased too, but they are the shit.
You're not biased, just talk. Oh my god. We want you here to
I'm
talk.
biased, but they are the shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Honestly, I haven't tested another boot battery that even comes close. We do layer them differently instead of rolling the batteries. We actually layer them, and you need to have a really expensive machine to do that. So a lot of people don't do that, but it delivers a C rating that's ridiculous. Like, it doesn't even sag. Like when you see 3.2 land, because it's actually 3.2. You're not sagging.
Like there.
See, even Scarecrow saying, "Bring it back, bring him back."
Oh,
I
my
think we
boy
need to show
Scarecrow.
help in this and be like, they want it. This is what the public wants.
Right?
Speaking of Scarecrow, that's my boy JR, man.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's actually part of our team too. Need to get him on the team pilot list. I need to do that. And holler at your boy. Remind me of that Scarecrow. But like, he actually works for us too, and he does the awesome background that we had with that picture that you showed, Jake. That was actually done by JR just the other day, and he cranks out awesome stuff like that for us all the time, man. Much love, Scarecrow.
For sure, brother.
Is that a plane emoji? Yeah, fly your ass on out here, brother.
No,
come on.
That's a bee. It's a heart and bee.
Is that a bee? It looks like
it's a bee.
It looks like a terrible frog.
It might be a hornet, but you know.
My bad. Still fly your ass over here.
He was actually on our show a few weeks ago, and was saying good things for you guys at that time.
That's my dude right there. Much love.
We actually, like Jake said, I've never heard a negative thing ever about you guys. Not once. Like, nothing about your products, nothing about the service, nothing about you guys in general. Like everyone, even Fox was on here a little while ago. She was saying great things about you. Like everyone just says you're really cool, down to earth, great people. And I think, awesome. Like someone was saying earlier, right, you're the kids they want to hang out with.
Well, you know, that's the reason NewBeeDrone is where it's at a lot, is because of support of all those people like that, man. And anyone who deals business with us, even before like I got here and what I bring to the table, like NewBeeDrone supports everything they sell too, because that's another thing too, is like selling stuff and then getting the run around when there's any kind of issues. But you know, NewBeeDrone just, you know, we'll take care of you. Unless you're taking a solder iron and like stabbing things with it, you know.
2 years after you got it.
Oh my god.
I got a Naze Rev 2 here. What's going on, man?
I got a B-Brain V1. I'm trying to put 4.1 on.
A little testimony to that. This guy right here, I don't know who I was talking to, but my gyro went dead on it. I don't know who I was talking to. Was that you?
Maybe.
I don't know. Again, like we're all doing customer service right now, and we're just moving full speed. So I'm not sure, but
probably
expecting. I wasn't really expecting too much help with it because I'd had it for a couple months and all that stuff, right? Well, y'all sent me a whole new one, and I was expecting maybe a board, but then I was like, holy shit!
You know, that's. Customer service is so weird because it's a finesse. It's not a science. I can't hire someone and give them a manual, and like that's the rough part about it. And that's the reason I need people on my customer service team who like fly FPV and are passionate about FPV, because they can always put themselves in the person who's dealing with the problems, you know, issue, and actually have empathy towards it. And that's a huge thing when it comes down to dealing with these problems. And you sell binding flies too. Like some people just don't want to build it all. They can build, but like, and our stuff, especially, you know, the whoop size stuff, it's not like it's building for real.
Right.
Most of it's kind of like plug and play or screwing a screw or this or that. But like
total joke.
He's like, no, not kidding. That's gonna be the thumbnail.
Yeah. And so yeah, man. Well, you know, my team, whoever it was, my team was taking care of what they thought was appropriate to get you resolved, you know.
Well, I appreciate it like crazy, so
that's what we do, man. That's what we do.
My vampire got taken care of.
Vampire.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people too, like Jack Fu also got taken care of. There's a couple more comments that came through. The StreamYard is kind of crappy and it doesn't pick up all the comments that are actually on the live. But
well, much love to everyone who supports us, man. It means a lot to us. People spend their hard-earned money with us, and we know that. I can always sympathize too, like especially when, you know, I'm around FPV all the time, but I don't have a lot of time to like go fly and do my own thing. And then when you finally get the chance and everything's all ready and there's a problem, it's just like you're doing this for fun and it takes away the fun. Right. it's a rough situation. So, yeah.
So
What's
what
up?
are some new projects you guys have in the works that people maybe don't know about?
Yeah, I think we're gonna keep everything kind of like close to the chest right now.
That's fair. It's competitive right now. I get that.
It's not as much as that.
Time
There's
frames too.
in the past, like there's people who always ask about questions like that, and like little things will get leaked, and then it's an avalanche where more and more talk about it, more people ask about it, and NewBeeDrone team isn't a team that's going to release something because there's a bunch of people yelling at them about it. And I think in 2019 they realized that, like, well, I know I realized, and I know that Kelvin understands it too, that like we have to keep things under wraps a little bit more. We want to tell everyone about everything and like show you how excited we are and show you all the progress. But unfortunately, that's like a double-edged sword.
Right.
There is a negative side to that too, and so.
In other words, you guys do have some crazy shit coming, right?
I wish we could sit here and talk about it. And,
I like it.
And maybe after the stream or something, I'll give you a few hints or something. Maybe show you a few things around here. But yeah.
Jake is like, okay, we're ending right now then, and Scarecrow wants to know why. I guess he just generally needs to know where your magic comes from.
The smooth sticks. I can't wait to play with those either. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I don't even know how to. I don't know. They're magic.
Individual ESCs and 4-in-1 definitely have like their own spots, and different frames require different things. A lot of people have moved on from individual ESCs, but I'm glad that Kelvin still supports this. And again, this is why we're a little bit different. We do a few things differently, and it's not all firmware that changes that makes it the way it is. A lot of this stuff is basic manufacturing too, that like that actually costs us a lot more, but like we don't even know about it. And then we ask Kelvin and he's like, yeah. It's just because like this it's like something that no one's gonna know, but you don't know about it, you just feel it. And that's where it's a difficult thing in this market too. A lot of people choose value over quality. And so like they see a product that's priced higher and they just immediately start bitching. And then there's people like Kelvin who are just doing everything they can to push things forward, and he's getting strangled by people nipping at his toes by releasing products that you could say that's damaging to everything as a whole just by being a money grab or whatnot. And so yeah, man, again, this is the reason I wanted to move my life out here. As soon as I met the team and I understood what they had crack-a-lacking, man, I was just like, yes, these guys are the future and of a lot of different things, I believe.
I was going to say those smooth sticks, they look like they could fit on any frame.
Yep. Basically. They're like super thin, yeah.
It's definitely not the first ESC that's like a slim individual ESC like that.
But it's a smooth certified.
But again, that's the only thing that we can really say. I wish we had Kelvin here. He'd probably talk for like 20 minutes right now about
why it
like
feels different,
how the PCB is layered and the kind of components.
How many ounces of copper he puts in each layer, and like
And the 20x20 ESC actually, I actually don't feel comfortable talking about it too much because I don't know what's the information that people don't know. But like the way that the ESC works with our Infinity line is different from anyone that's out there, and it's stuff that I don't understand, to be honest. And I'm okay with not understanding because it just flies well, man. So that's all good.
Yep.
Why do they call it the Infinity? Where'd they come up with that name?
I think we watched a movie. And
Buzz
we're just like, it got
Toy
lights.
Story?
It's got lights. Just said the Infinity. It's like the Infinity Stone, right? I think it's pretty much
Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah,
the gauntlet.
Because like on the default, it comes like there's a picture on the stack. If you look at the Infinity stack, it's lit up and it has like the 4 colors. I guess there's 5 colors in Infinity Stone, but I don't know. Kelvin just does his thing, man, and we're so in love with it. It's like, call it whatever you want, man.
Yeah, you can call it horse poop. I'm still flying it.
We're going with it, man. I like it. It's amazing.
Yeah, a lot of the times it's just like trying to capture the fun in the name, and still just like a lot of times just brainstorming until we find something that kind of why not, that fits, that works.
Like I will say that's pretty dope.
Yes. Yeah, the LEDs. We like LEDs.
Yeah, I got the LEDs on the BeeDrone brushless, and then the all the
everything.
little things right there, and yeah, especially at Wooptopia. I saw a few guys put like the colors, they assigned it to a scroll wheel, and so like they would just plug in on the line, and it was like, oh, there's a red guy and a blue guy. Let me switch off red and go to yellow real quick, and you could. Having, especially at racing, having your quad identifiable from line of sight is
helps the announcer if nobody else.
Yeah.
Blue lights and yellow lights coming around the corner. Like,
it's easy to understand.
Yeah, for sure.
And the pilot that I care about is right there. It is yellow. So.
Right. I was like, what are you looking at? What are you pointing at?
But the LEDs are definitely super useful. Like it's like DRL. What does the DRL have? They got like 127
million.
Crazy, man. But it's really good for spectators and having that interaction from that point of view.
Sorry, I'm multi-tabbing.
It's all good. It's all good.
Plays all the time. She's so good at it. Holy
No, that's why I'm like quiet, because I'm all like focused in on that shit. Hawkeye wants to know how the ring magnet works.
No, it still has the regular pole. It still has 14 poles, so it's just one magnet that's been findangled. Is that a word? I'm just making it up. Findangled until the 14 poles are in said positions that it needs to be in.
Capture wants to know when you guys have a toothpick set up.
It's a sensitive subject for me.
Yeah, it's part of the 2020 release stuff that we're not necessarily ready to talk about yet.
But so things are in the works, is what you're saying.
About it
if you look at like my past, it's fairly obvious. I think some of the stuff that'll come.
Yeah, there's definitely stuff coming out soon.
So we want people to go creep you and figure it out, kind of thing.
If they want to, I'll give them whatever show they need. That's okay.
He will. He definitely will.
I'm sorry. He's like, I don't even know.
You lost
the transition. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
No segues from there. Sorry.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm still stuck.
Oh my gosh. Okay. If you could have any one thing in the industry, and it doesn't have to be something that would ever actually happen, but like a product you could design of any mystery and magic, what would you design? So like when TBS came out with the Tango 2, for an example, to try and help you narrow it down, they said as a joke, like, what would you add to the remote to make it better? And it said joke answers only. So like what's something, if you guys could produce, that you think would make FPV better, would you guys make?
Joke answers only?
Joke answer only.
Oh.
I don't want you thinking.
I was like, no, too late. I already had the answer. I was like, shit.
If you have an answer for it that's legit, do it.
Well, no, I mean, once HD gets to a point where it's like HD in your goggles, and then you can have AR where you don't really necessarily need to set up a course. You can just have it like programmed into the drone, right? So you're hitting virtual air gates.
That's sick.
That would be for me on the recreation side. And then if I'm thinking bigger picture, then obviously things that'll save people's lives and enrich people's lives. But as on the recreation side, I'd go with that. Yeah.
And then
joke answer.
Joke
answer. Sounded like you had one ready at the summer. Sorry, I was trying to ollie oop too. I thought you were gonna snap.
Man, I don't know, man. Joke answer. Drones. I don't know, man. Drones cooking for me, dude. Well, if I could just like, if I could have a car drive to me for work, and I'd just like press a button and my little personal drone just like goes pick up food for me real quick, so I don't have to like go down the road.
That is a big thing for us here. Every day is like, what's for lunch, guys?
Yeah, man. That's
20 minutes trying to figure out what's for lunch.
In the Fifth Element, when like the dude like wants the food and like he orders it, and like McDonald's or the Chinese place like pulls up in front of his window.
That's what you want in drone form.
Yes, bro. Well, I don't need the dude actually cooking for me. I just want the food to show up. I guess Amazon drones for food, even though Amazon drones isn't out yet. Yeah.
I want to see a McDonald's deep fat fryer that delivers French fries on demand.
Ooh.
That flies over people.
Now we're getting dangerous, dude. hot
Flies
fryer
over people. Yeah.
On that subject, on the delivery subject though, what do you guys? What's your view on this NPRM stuff?
Sorry.
The proposed FAA.
Oh.
I don't think they know much about it because they're avoiding all the drama and shit, right? Like,
I mean,
Well, as a company, they would have to know. I mean, especially when delving into
Yeah.
5 inches.
I go ahead.
I mean, okay. Shameless plug. FPV quickies. I talked about it shortly. What I thought about them. It was an edited version, but there was still a whole lot of beeps in it, and I think that'll pretty much like tell you.
Go
what I
over the way you
thought.
felt.
Yeah.
No beeps here. No beeps.
No beeps.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
It's just
You got a TLDR or TLDW?
T-
Too lazy didn't watch.
Yeah. No.
Okay,
I,
let's watch.
I don't
video.
have too many good things to
FPV
say about
quickies.
them.
If you haven't watched FPV quickies, you should check out his little.
We do stupid stuff.
Yeah, man. FPV quickies is dope. It's good shit.
On YouTube?
Yep.
Yeah.
oh, there you go. He'll pull that right up for you in the
Oh,
background.
snack. You
Uh,
can hear all the beeps in that one.
man, I knew a long time ago, like when I started putting my livelihood around FPV, that like we were in danger of things changing. Especially like a while back with the thing in Canada, Rotorite dove that bridge or whatever, which really wasn't that big of a deal, but it got made a big deal.
Yeah.
I didn't really sleep well a night or two after that because I realized I could like wake up to like some lobbyist just paid a lot of money to get a law enacted that literally changes my whole life. And so, like I said, I've never like chased this FPV stuff as a career following money. It's always been my passion. And so this is one of those things. I won't lie. I feel a little bit helpless. I'm a realist in the fact that I know that the people with the money are the people who make decisions. And I think it's obvious that like, I mean, it would be dope if drones are delivering stuff. I mean, it kind of will
That would be super dope.
And I know the people who are going to make money off of that are going to be the people who make the rules and shit. And so, like, I'm one of those persons that, like, let the chips fall where it may. I've made my comment. I wish I had time to go protest. If I had other things that I felt made an actual difference, I would be doing those things. I really hope that logic triumphs here, but I don't feel like that happens a lot in our world.
I laugh,
to be honest.
I gave up on that.
So I'm going to keep on focusing on what we do and making our customers happy every day and helping my team do what they do and developing awesome products, and hopefully everything
Works out.
is all good.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't get it to go.
No worries.
Technology hates us today. That's all.
It's like an everyday struggle for me.
Yeah, we got wrapped up with this
I want
thing.
to
It's all good.
go too, but
So, how do you guys pick your team pilots? Because you have quite the diverse group. Like, is there a criteria you're looking for? Do you wait for them to come to you?
All natural, baby. Just whatever happens.
So they just kind
Oh, I
of like
think
it's a
he's
mix
listening.
then.
Yeah, he's listening. He's seen a couple.
What's he doing?
He's watching the video.
He's got
I'm
shit
sorry.
popping off in the background.
Yeah, so
He's
that's what I
dying.
think. That's what I think of them. I really appreciate what they're trying to do.
Much love.
Not.
I'm just reading.
But yeah, FPV quickies is.
I want to hear the
I know,
audio.
I wanna
too.
hear
I want to
it
laugh
now.
with you, bro.
Damn it.
Some good shit.
go watch that after.
Go watch.
I'm already laughing my ass off.
Yeah, the intro was something silly. I was like, Levi, can I just be straight up? He's like, yeah, go for it, man. I was like, cool. And he's like, I'll just edit it out. Basically, is what he told me. I was like, okay, let me go hammies.
That's fun.
And that's going ham sandwich, ladies and gentlemen. In case you
Yes,
Hey, there it is.
very much so.
This guy does it like 3 or 4 times a day. I
That's-
just gotta like hold on to the ride. But
Yeah.
ham sandwiches.
Who
are
doesn't like a
served.
ham sandwich though?
constant. You get hit in
Right.
the face with it if you're not
Right.
ready. Ham sandwiches just go flying.
Good. Good stuff.
What's your guys' biggest pet peeve in the FPV industry?
Okay. I had to pump my brakes on that one because there was 2, and I was like, somebody might get offended.
No, say it. You don't have to say
No.
names.
No, definitely not anybody in particular I'm thinking about. But I'd say 2 things. The first is people developing egos super fast in this industry. I don't understand it. And then the second thing is like there's a lot of negative Nancy's out there who are just like constant negative and like don't realize they're bringing it on themselves and then blame everybody around them for it. And it just like spirals downhill and they end up like discouraging somebody from the community, which kind of sucks, is what I would say for me.
I fucking love that. I'm not going to lie to you because I see it a ton out there too. I'm not going to lie to you. And that is probably my biggest pet peeve right there.
Yeah. Takes away from the fun of it all.
Yeah, I mean, smiles per minute. That's what this hobby's about, man. If you ain't smiling, then like kick rocks and play Mario Kart because this is what it's about. You're supposed to be having fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's really what it's all
right.
Actually, Jake, I think he did a video calling people out for that kind of shit, like the panhandlers and the ones that think that they're just entitled to be amazing and treated like they're the best, and that aren't really willing to put in that much effort and just think it's deserved.
Yeah. Let's not bring up that video.
That's what I'm going to watch. Do it. Go ham sandwich.
Yeah, I'd say it's the keyboard warriors, man. It's those people. It's like there's some people who have so much going on negatively in their life that it's feel like they need to offload it on other people, and it's just the guys that like, well, they'll something's released or there's a shred of drama and they will write a friggin' novel about it. But if like you were to see them face to face at a race or something, they would just be quiet and off in the corner.
Yeah. I to get off that subject, I was actually looking at Val and I see that they're always playing like lift off and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just saw something on Instagram or something. I forgot what her name was, but they were playing it looked like a whoop simulator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, VelociDrone.
Yeah, VelociDrone.
VelociDrone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they got like a $4 DLC. That's like
something like that.
It's like micro and brushless whoops and brushed whoops.
And our stuff's in there.
Yeah, and
our B-brains are there.
We actually have a tournament going on with SFPV
Colby.
runs.
Shout out to Kobe.
Yeah, holla Kobe. He runs VRL, and this last month he's been doing this like huge tournament, and there's been, I think it's like one or two guys just kind of cleaning house. Yeah. So they've been winning most of the race prizes, but if you check them out, I think it's every Monday. I forgot what time, but
is it fair?
What's that?
Like, is it fairly accurate as far as like the flying of the drone?
I mean,
my first year, I think probably 75% of my muscle memory was built by like sim.
And I'm the opposite. Like I don't touch sims, so it's like. But now I'm trying to get into them because their physics are getting better and stuff like that.
Yeah, much better. The VelociDrone is probably one of the best and the easiest to get flying like aircraft too, because like it has a menu button and you can kind of like fly and see the menu at the same time. So you fly for a half a second and you can like change a slider real quick, and it's like transparent so you can see what's going on. It's like I really like VelociDrone. VelociDrone is, I can credit to a lot of me having the time and the skills to do what I did at the beginning to a simulator, specifically VelociDrone.
Use it because I felt like liftoff felt more real, but I'll go back and I'll start playing VelociDrone a little more and see if I can get a little more in touch with it.
I think it's kind of like Pepsi or Coke. When I started liftoff a long time ago, like it felt super floaty, but there wasn't the option to change the gravity. And like I like asked them, can you just at least do that? And they got super mad at me publicly on a forum, like our physics are perfect. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna try it somewhere else. And then like VelociDrone came around. I found them that allowed me to race some of the fastest people in the world because VelociDrone's online community is just freaking awesome. And you got people like Colby, SFPV, like help bolstering that. And so you convinced me. You sold me. So I'm not trying to sell you, man. It's just it's like I said, it's Pepsi or Coke. I think Liftoff noticed VelociDrone was doing the right thing, and they adopted things that should be a standard in all of the simulators. So Liftoff has come like an incredibly far away from when I used to play it back in the day. And I think Liftoff has the the Tony Hawk thing where you like do a trick and it gives you points for the trick.
Mm-hmm.
That's legit. I like that. That's cool.
Daniel here, I think he's trying to ask if you had to choose between flying FPV or being an FPV drone and able to fly, what would you choose?
Fly FPV. people would crash me if I was a drone, straight into the water like that, and I'd end up in salt water. And then he's asking about ham sandwiches, and I'm just sitting there in the corner sad. So I would be the flyer.
I do not want to be a drone.
I don't want.
I got too much.
They get abused, bro. Even this one I tried to baby got abused. I'm sorry.
And if you're a drone and you couldn't fly, what kind of drone would you be? That makes me sad.
I'd be an XClass, bro. You know what I mean? Because if you're an XClass, then you can demand some attention.
Big old
Yeah.
I got you.
That's fucking hilarious.
I'm just seeing if there's any more questions coming in.
Any good?
We're going to be ending soon here, guys.
Oh, well, let's talk about a few things while there's a little bit of downtime. Then we have a big race that's coming up that we're sponsoring. There's the
Air Force Museum one happening in it is Ohio.
Did you get the notes? Here, let me go grab the notes. Talk about
Do you guys have links to any of this stuff too for us that we can put in the video description later?
Oh yeah, I can send over some links. Yeah, we have some.
Yeah, send stuff to Jake. I'll make sure it gets put in the description so anybody rewatching can still find it.
Gotcha. Okay.
I thought I put it Rocky on.
Taxes, you don't want to be one of his drones for real.
Yeah, for real. I can tell.
So one thing I didn't tell you guys about is I'm gonna give something away during this
Oh snaps!
thing. I'm not gonna tell anybody what it is yet.
Oh, I like that.
All right.
Yeah, I like that.
In the chat, I wanted to hit 50 viewers like consistent, which would have been dope. We've had 30 to 36 pretty damn consistent, which is great for me. So what I'm going to do, I've seen this in a couple other places. I'm going to have you know what? I'm going to
Have them do it, not me. I don't want to be liable.
Chris, I'm going to have you choose one, and then I'm going to have David choose one. Letters, right?
Okay.
And I'm going to have everybody who's here type in those letters. And now, mind you, everybody here, I'm going about amongst the live chat here on what we get on our side here. And then I'm going to spin a wheel or something like that to get a number. And that number who typed in those letters correctly is going to win.
I think you just make that really complicated.
I
What
did.
everyone's going to do is type the letters in the chat chosen by our wonderful guest here when we tell you to. We will then spin a random number generator, which will give us a number, and we will count down the comments to find the chosen number. Who, if you've typed it correctly, you will be counted. So, for example, if it's a 5, we count the 5th comment. You're the winner. So
That's what I was trying to say. I just it.
that's why we're a
Sounds good.
team. Don't worry. We'll wait for Dave to get back.
We need Chris.
Back. He grew a couple inches.
Who's this?
Well, guys, I guess I'm dating.
This is Cesar, one of our part-time dudes that helps out with customer service and stuff. Also a really good pilot and stuff. He's been
Welcome to
he
the
followed
show,
me
man.
home. He basically followed my son home one day, and like we couldn't get rid of him since. So we were like, hey, you know what? You like
Might as well
drones?
pay him.
Yeah, might as well get him in here. So I don't know why he's here, but what are you doing here?
I'm here for. I don't know. What am I here for?
David just sent him on a mission to come here. I guess you're gonna. Can he do anything to help said giveaway?
He can pick a letter with you. You each just need to give us one letter
Okay.
each.
I have a letter.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Do you have a letter ready?
Yeah, I have a letter.
Okay.
Now, guys in the chat, it won't count until we tell you to type them. So do not type anything until we tell you to.
Don't do it.
You guys can give me the letter. They can give the letters now. You just got to get a random number generator up.
All right, so they have to be capitalized, mind you. And if they're not entered correctly, they're not counted.
And only one per person. Duplicates are not counted.
Exactly. So, Chris,
Yes.
what letter are you?
The letter I'm thinking of is
Okay.
W, as in whiskey.
And what is your letter?
N for NewBeeDrone.
So,
I thought it was going to be ND for
Well done.
sure or NV for sure. Sorry.
so W and N capitalized. And I'm going to.
Not yet. Why listening skills are poor tonight? It's a Wednesday. Everyone's had a hard week.
All right.
My listening skills are always not on point.
So 15 is who's gonna win it.
Oh,
You can't show the number before you do it, silly.
No, you can.
he's like, I just did. So
Oh God.
we'll make this happen.
He's like, we're gonna just change up these rules. All right,
Oh, look,
like we said,
wait a sec.
one per person. You're gonna have to get more
Okay.
headphones.
Yeah, and more room. Bye. Grab them up, dog.
All right, are you ready, Jake?
You the janitor.
Thank you for warming my seat. Keeping it warm.
Oh, that's so weird
You know
when you
what?
sit in a chair after somebody else already warmed it up. I feel weird.
Don't think about it too hard.
Dave, pick a letter too. We're gonna throw in a third letter now, just to
Ooh.
declassify those other ones that are typing.
What he said, W.
We got a W and an N.
N. Okay. I got my letter.
Say it. Go ahead.
D.
I was gonna say Detroit. What? And then you go
D
with
for
D.
Dave.
All right, guys, type WND in the chat now. One time per person. Only one entry will be counted of yours. And there's a lag in the chat, so give them a sec to catch up.
I wish you guys could hear like here.
It's a big one, guys. So just type it in. Just type it in.
There you go.
That's a good one. I like it. I like it a lot.
Chris, do you know who you remind me of?
All right.
I don't know, but I'm sure he's a really cool person who's attractive as hell.
You remind me of Chef David Chang. Like
David-
hardcore.
David Chang.
He's awesome.
Then
Sounds
you-
He's got a
cool
show on
dude.
Netflix and stuff, but you totally remind me of him. He does an episode with Seth Rogen where they're just smoking a bunch of dope and eating food.
How dare you group me with such an individual? I'm
Oh,
Googling
you
him
know.
right now for the follow. Did we?
Oh, brutal. Brutal
All right.
FB.
Brutal.
Brutal.
TV.
Thanks for watching, Brutal.
Brutal.
You counted him down.
Thank you for following the rules and all that craziness. You know what? I'm not good with the whole you won and all that stuff, but you won, dude.
Congratulations. You've won. Yeah.
What?
And I expect full replacement from you guys. No worries.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
For sure. We got
Gotcha covered.
We don't even know what you're giving away yet.
I don't know. We're gonna pull it out of the RMA pile though.
Somebody's gonna be like, "Fuck."
Psych.
Wait, we're doing a giveaway?
He's doing a look. No.
What?
He's doing that giveaway, bro.
What? That's not yours, is it?
It's mine.
He's giving away his personal in the box.
Be
That-
ready, brushless.
That's man,
Brutal
we can't-
FPV, you said, right?
We can't do that.
Brutal FPV.
We changed our mind. You're getting a frame only. Sorry. We changed.
I was just kidding.
He's just going to give you a pat on the back.
Just kidding.
So what you got to do is get at me, dude. Easiest way to get a hold of me is on Facebook via Messenger, and boom, bam, you just won.
You know, we'll do a giveaway too. We have a new DJI goggle and remote case.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's molded.
I think I saw your recent post for that case.
Yeah, we
That was in the box? No, I'm just kidding.
It's protected. No.
You just keep pulling them out. How do you guys want to do your giveaway for this case?
You can just
man.
send us the info and we'll send it out to them.
Then let's do something crazy right now. What
Okay.
Come on.
You can do guess a
Whimsy
number.
manager. Come on. What you got?
Okay.
Someone
Why did we, drone in a box, lose the race?
Oh, that's a good one. Trivia.
If you
During
didn't pay
the
during
Whooptopia?
Whooptopia, yeah. If you weren't here, if you weren't watching, sorry, you don't got a chance in hell, buddy. However, if you were watching this whole stream,
You can win.
this beautiful case here can be all yours.
Not the contents. Just the case. Just the case.
And the insert in the case.
I answer it.
Yeah.
No.
He's like, I want in.
And it does
There
do
you
this
go, guys. I have the
also.
question posted up.
Oh,
Put your answers.
I got Royal McKenzie. I don't know about you guys.
I
Oh,
see
I don't-
Swift Duck first.
Let me see.
Are you on live chat or are you on?
I'm on live chat, but was it the goggles fell off or was it the goggle battery?
Yeah, true.
Goggle battery
one
went dead.
Yeah,
Oh,
So
Okay.
then Royal McKenzie it is.
Royal McKenzie just won.
Congratulations.
He's from here.
Okay.
Nice.
That's awesome. Good for you, Royal.
Hell yeah.
Well, hit us up, bro.
Yeah. Shoot us a message in our slide in our DMs, bro.
Slide up in there.
And let us know.
Full 2 giveaways in one show. That's
Yeah.
That's a first.
Is that a new record?
That's a new record.
I like it.
We could do a third if you want.
Look at
If
this.
you want to do a third, like if no one will top that, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
What in the world is?
But we have to think of like an appropriate. What's it called for it though? Let's do like a gift
Have
card.
them.
Let's do like a gift card.
Okay, we can do
NewBeeDrone gift card?
NewBeeDrone gift card.
Yeah.
Why don't you have someone come up with like a crazy name for a product or something? Do some like random type of little contest here. If you want something simple, do a number, or you can do the letters again.
Number when letters not whimsy enough.
No, not enough whimsy there. Definitely not.
What you got, whimsy manager?
Yeah, there you go. Now the title comes
Yeah,
out.
this is my thing, but I usually don't have this much pressure. Or this.
Oh, I got one. This is
Oh, you got
a
one?
trivia question.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know if anyone's gonna get that one. That might be
you guys can whisper.
I would say, do you want to mute your mic and whisper quick? And or Capture wants to know when you're going to release the Queen Bee.
They can't hear us anymore. So what were you going to talk about, David?
No. Let's not go that route. That's not. Okay, we're gonna think of something else. Trivia is good though. What's another question that was asked at the beginning of the?
How the hell do they make the smooth motor magnets?
There you go. That's a good question.
Your answer was so in depth,
And it was real.
Yeah.
It was real. I need to see a hand movement.
Sorry, we didn't
I
define.
don't. Yeah, the hand movement might be hard. Sorry, Jake will do the hand movement part.
Okay, thank you, Jake.
So there you go, guys. That's the question.
No, come on. Now.
No, I won't.
You're like going like this and stuff. I don't know.
What is
Hoopty got it. Hoop got it fast.
Whoopty or hoopty?
Hoopty.
He should
I don't know.
make-
It could be. He kills me for this because it could be hoop tie or hoopty. I don't know. We're just calling with hoop. Hoop got it for sure though. He said win for you, bro.
Yes.
I like it.
That is correct.
That
What did
is-
he win?
That is the correct scientific answer,
Did
by the
you
way.
tell him what he won?
It was a gift card.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't say
He didn't
the
say how
amount.
much. It was
Yeah.
42 cents. You've won. Congratulations, sir.
Yeah, reach out, hoopty, whoop tie. Whoop
Yeah.
tie.
Asylum says unicorn magic.
Unicorn magic was very,
A few unicorns had to
Accurate.
die for that technology for sure. It's okay.
sacrifices must be made sometimes in life.
Finagled. We're getting some interesting responses.
The finagled.
Finagling.
Frumigated. That's not a word I'm going to be able to say.
I like it.
Fumigated.
I like people participating
Nice
in
try.
such whimsy.
The best I could do. Well, thank you guys so much for being on the show. I don't think we can top 3 giveaways in a row. So I think we're going to call it at that. Anyone
I
who
dare
wants
someone to try.
to-
And if you do,
You
we'll
guys
be
have
back.
some
Come on,
announcements.
this. Oh, well, there. I want to see 4. I want to see 5.
If you want to do 4, go. Like, I got nothing. I got a pen
No,
cap.
We gotta wait somebody to
already
one up
put
us,
3.
and then we'll one up them.
Yeah.
There you go.
We just
Next
gotta stay on
time
top.
we'll have Kelvin on it on here
Mhm.
with
He'll
us
tell you how the
next time.
magic actually works.
Yeah, and
You won't understand it.
we'll
'cause it'll
top
be all
whoever
right.
tries to top us. Man,
How do you
There
want
you
me
go.
to get a hold of you?
what's that?
How do you want me to get a hold of you? Just via the Facebook Messenger or something?
Yeah, Facebook Messenger will whatever is easiest for him. He can start a support ticket. Or
Email,
Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah. Just as long as he mentions that it was on this chat.
Do you have some shout outs or announcements you guys were trying to do a few minutes ago where you had to go get your little notes?
Whoop Wars Battleground, Denver, May 16th and 17th, which is hosted by Full Send FPV. National Museum of United States Air Force, February 29th. That's in Dayton, Ohio. Mr. Kelly, is hosting that one. That one should be super dope. So I'm excited about that. Other than that, just want to give a shout out to the new employees on NewBeeDrone. Would you like to? I mean, you saw one of them.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Say something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Me too. I'm a newbie still.
Yeah, you
I'm
are a noob. So welcome, sir.
Yeah, I definitely want to shout out the new team. We got an awesome few guys. Cesar, we just saw him. He's a young cat, and he flies really well, and he's really passionate. And he's got a bright future ahead of him for sure. Rotor Bob, maybe quite a few people may know who he is because he's a ripper for sure.
monster.
I got lucky about being able to add him to the team. And so, yeah, Rotor Bob works with us now. Huge shout out because he's the man. But Quad Llama, is it Quad E Llama or Quad Llama?
Llama.
Quad Llama just joined the team. He's the man also. And my beautiful girl works with us too. And she has been awesome help. So shout out.
And Jake was
Mari.
pointing to himself when you were like, my beautiful girl. And Jake was like,
He's like, haha.
Good teams, man. Good team, right? Yeah,
Join
but
us next week, guys, at 8 p.m. Eastern with TAC FPV. That is who our guest is on next week.
He'll tell you if his quad
Can you fist bump me? Like what is it?
virtual fist bumps.
I'm like, I gotta go down with there. You're like, here. And then the week
Appreciate it,
after that, we have a special announcement show. We will be doing with Mr. Bot Grinder a very special edition of Quad Chat that will involve hot sauce. And it will be a hot sauce every time we ask a question almost session.
Oh, wow.
And unfortunately for Kat,
She can't.
Jake and Bot like hot sauce. So we're looking at the bomb and all these like 9 million Scoville unit things that are just gonna annihilate me. So I would suggest making sure you don't miss it.
I dig it.
I want to see that episode after that.
Yeah. So next week is tech, and then the week after that we got Bot on here doing hot sauce things.
Spouse.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Have a great night, everyone. Again, I'm going to remind you about the protest in Washington this weekend. Make sure you check out UFDA. Check it out. Get your comments in. There's a few days left. Thank you, NewBeeDrone, for joining us.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys for having us.
See ya.
Catch you later.
Yeah, see now it works.